The Mariinskyi Palace in Kyiv stands as the designated residence for the President of Ukraine, a symbol of authority and national heritage. However, the ongoing war has rendered it nearly uninhabitable for Volodymyr Zelenskyy. As Ukraine remains embroiled in a fierce struggle for sovereignty, the necessity for secure, undisclosed locations has become a matter of survival rather than luxury. The conflict has transformed the very nature of presidential living in Ukraine, setting it apart from the extravagant accommodations of many world leaders. Zelensky's life and whereabouts have become subjects of intense scrutiny, with his every move analyzed by allies and adversaries alike. Speculative rumors have even emerged suggesting that he may own hidden properties in the United Kingdom or the United States, adding a layer of geopolitical intrigue. These claims, whether unfounded or not, highlight the global stakes involved in Ukraine's leadership and the broader tensions between Russia and Western nations. Understanding where Zelenskyy resides and why is key to grasping the ongoing power dynamics at play in the region. Unlike many world leaders who reside in lavish palaces or historic estates, Zelenskyy's living situation is dictated by war. Before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, he lived in a modest apartment in Kyiv, reflecting his background as a former comedian and media personality turned politician. He was known for his relatable and down-to-earth style, often walking the streets of Kyiv and directly engaging with the public. Leading the nation before the war, his presidency was marked by efforts to modernize Ukraine's governance, tackle corruption, and strengthen ties with the West. However, everything changed when Russia launched its invasion. In the early days of the invasion, he remained in Kyiv, famously refusing offers of evacuation by stating, "I need ammunition, not a ride." Reports suggest he initially stayed within government buildings, heavily fortified against possible Russian strikes. As missile attacks intensified, he moved to secret underground bunkers, where he continued to lead the country and deliver internationally broadcasted speeches. As Ukraine's counteroffensive gained momentum in late 2022, Zelenskyy made surprise visits to frontline regions, including Kharkiv and Kherson, where he met with soldiers and civilians. These highly secretive trips, often announced only after his departure, reinforced his commitment to staying in Ukraine rather than governing from exile. He has since been seen in various locations throughout Ukraine during the war, reinforcing his dedication to leading from the front. In April 2022, he visited Bucha, following reports of atrocities committed by Russian forces, showing solidarity with the victims and reaffirming Ukraine's commitment to justice. Later that year, in September, he made an unannounced trip to the newly liberated city of Izium, raising the Ukrainian flag in a powerful display of defiance against Russian occupation. In November 2022, he traveled to Kherson, personally celebrating the city's recapture from Russian forces, emphasizing the significance of reclaiming occupied territories. Throughout 2023, he continued his frontline visits, appearing in Bakhmut in March to assess the embattled city's defenses, a move that underscored the brutal realities of the conflict. In July, he traveled to Zaporizhia, where he met with military leaders and strategists to reinforce Ukraine's counteroffensive efforts. By early 2024, Zelenskyy remained steadfast in his hands-on leadership approach, making unannounced visits to military outposts, engaging with troops, and ensuring morale remained high. He has since expanded his travels internationally, visiting Washington, London, and Brussels to secure military aid while still maintaining a covert and unpredictable schedule within Ukraine. Zelenskyy is known for his courage and willingness to take risks, often visiting the front lines in war-torn regions to boost the morale of Ukrainian soldiers and citizens. His presence in high-risk areas has demonstrated his commitment to the war effort, yet it also exposes him to considerable danger. Despite his bold leadership, ensuring his safety remains paramount, not just for Ukraine but for the global political landscape. His security is among the tightest in the world, with Ukraine's security services working alongside foreign intelligence agencies to prevent threats. So, how does Ukraine protect its president when danger lurks at every corner? When it comes to air travel, Zelenskyy has been spotted using a U.S. Air Force aircraft, such as the Boeing C-40B. These planes are not only equipped with advanced defensive systems, but are also accompanied by fighter jets like the F-15, providing an extra layer of protection. During a recent visit to Washington, his flight was monitored by NATO spy plane, highlighting the precision behind these operations. On the ground, Zelenskyy has been seen using a convoy of armored Chevrolet Suburbans, known for their durability and security features. These vehicles are part of a larger motorcade supported by heavily armed escorts. Secret Service protection comes into play when he arrives in allied nations, adding an additional shield around his movements. Helicopters are also used for regional travel, providing faster, more secure transport options. These aircraft are equipped with anti-missile systems and countermeasures, ensuring safety even in contested airspace. Zelenskyy's security team employs a proactive approach to address immediate threats. They swiftly move him to secure locations when danger arises, often into fortified bunkers. These underground facilities, located beneath his Kyiv residence and other strategic sites, are designed to withstand prolonged sieges and are strictly confidential. The Ukrainian Air Force also plays a critical role in his protection, deploying F-16s and Soviet-made aircraft to secure the skies during his movements. Each journey is meticulously planned to counter potential threats, from missile strikes to assassination attempts, ensuring the safety of one of the world's most targeted leaders. Despite his valiant character and determinations, Zelenskyy still finds himself on the receiving end of global controversies and speculation, particularly those pertaining to his lifestyle. Some of the claims goes as follows: that he purchased Highgrove House, a stunning estate once owned by King Charles and Queen Camilla, for a whopping £20 million. But before you start picturing Zelenskyy hosting royal garden parties, let's set the record straight. The claim came from a site called the London Crier, which is far from a reliable news source. Officially, no major British outlet nor the official Highgrove House site has confirmed any sale, so whether this is factual or not still remains unclear. In another instance, a right-wing UK politician, David Curtin, recently sparked outrage by claiming Zelenskyy had used taxpayer money to buy a $48 million yacht. The yacht in question, My Legacy, was prominently displayed in a viral post, leading many to believe it was a new addition to Zelenskyy's personal collection. But a report by the brokerage firm involved stated that the yacht had not been bought by anyone, let alone the Ukrainian president. Yet the rumors don't stop there. A viral Instagram post claimed Zelenskyy had a $35 million Florida home, a $1.2 billion overseas account, 15 homes, 3 private jets, and a monthly income of $11 million. But upon detailed investigation, there was no evidence to back any of these extravagant claims. Not only do public records fail to show a Florida property under his name, but investigative experts, including Forbes, have debunked these myths, tracing them back to non-credible sources often linked to Russian propaganda. While Zelenskyy leads from secure, hidden locations, millions of Ukrainians face the brutal realities of war, displaced from their homes, living in uncertainty. Civilians grapple with shortages of food, medicine, and basic utilities as infrastructure across the country remains a frequent target of missile strikes. Many are forced to seek refuge in underground shelters, with air raid sirens becoming a daily occurrence. The situation is particularly dire for those in contested regions, where access to humanitarian aid is often limited. For Ukrainians wishing to flee, the process is complex. While millions have sought refuge in neighboring countries such as Poland, Romania, and Germany, strict travel restrictions remain in place, particularly for men of fighting age who are required to stay and defend the nation. As for tourism, Ukraine is largely inaccessible for non-essential travel due to safety concerns, with many cities under military control and a high risk of attacks. Zelenskyy's presence in Ukraine is not just symbolic, it's strategic. His leadership from within the country boosts morale and signals resilience. If he were to flee, it could damage Ukraine's global support and weaken internal resistance. Ukraine's leaders have traditionally resided in grand palaces, but Zelenskyy's wartime presidency has reshaped expectations. His choice to stay in Ukraine, often in concealed locations, mirrors the resilience of past wartime leaders like Churchill during the Blitz. Could Zelensky's underground residences rival those of Cold War bunkers? Are there hidden tunnels beneath Kyiv that connect to secure locations? While much remains classified, one thing is certain: his safety is paramount to Ukraine's survival. What do you think of Zelensky's living situation? Would you stay in Ukraine under such extreme circumstances? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the secret lives of world leaders.